right in here was my bathroom, and right next to that was my closet. Then you walk over. There's also nails and stuff, so might not want to walk in there. And right here were doors that led into my room and a dog door. And that was my room right there. That right there was my metal bookshelf.
I snuck up here one time before, and I know the back roads, and I was able to get here with my son Cody and my daughter Rachel, and so we did come. But on the Saturday when it was actually open to be able to come here, I was expecting it to be an emotional time, especially for my wife who had never been here before. We had some friends who were with us to help us just sort through a few things, and as we were driving here, we ran into a couple that doesn't live here, but the parents live here. So her elderly parents, the elderly parents of the husband in this couple, they were watching the 3 grandchildren, who were ages ranging, I think, from 5 to 11, something like that. And that was one of the homes that I banged on the door persistently because they didn't come to the door. I honked, I whistled, I yelled, nothing. I went to the door, rang the doorbell, pounded on the door, yelling that there was a fire. I didn't see any lights. I think I was scaring people more than anything. So then I went down to the garage door and started banging on the garage door, and finally the garage door opened. So they were able to get out. But when I first came up here, I thought this was going to be a really hard situation. And it was, but as soon as I found out that those little kids were saved, it put everything in perspective. And material possessions, things that can be replaced, it went by the wayside. So it really changed my entire complexion, my whole attitude regarding the circumstances.
He pulled up and said, you know, you guys just go to the Hilton, which, you know, we didn't know at the time was a bad idea. And he said, I got to stay here, I've got to go back. And so the whole time, especially, you know, all of us were worried because we didn't really know, you know, where he was. But I could see him on the Find My Phone app. So I could see that he was moving throughout the neighborhood, and that was what helped my son, you know, be okay with it. And then, you know, but we didn't know what he was doing, and I know him well enough that he was going to do whatever he could do to get into those places. And so I was worried.
And I'm proud of my dad for staying behind and warning everybody, because I was really worried for him when we were gone and we couldn't get a hold of him sometimes because the cell service was really bad.
Even like we were talking about, fire safes were melted and everything in it destroyed. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was really hoping when we first came to find my hard drive, but I saw my computer from a distance and I was like, it's done. It looked like it exploded. It was so weird.
And so we started, you know, discussing what had happened. And when she mentioned that it was a guy in a white truck, and then they looked and saw that he was in a white truck, and they were like, that was you. And at that point, it just, you know, I just couldn't stop crying. It was just, and she was crying. She said, if you didn't do that, she said they were with my grandparents, and I mean, who knows if they would have woken up or gotten out. So.
But we found the kitchen knives on the deck area. Like I think the oven exploded or something and pushed the knives outside.
Because the knives would have been right next to the stove.
Yeah. This is the deck. That's Cody's room right there where that oil heater is. And then right where the burnt stove is, that's where the kitchen started. And the deck went all the way here, all the way over to the edge of that, like, cliff, I guess, whatever it's called. And then all the way over that way too, where the grill and the other stove is.